since we are in the topic of qualifications, I'd like to touch on inclusivity. Because we know that Miss Universe Philippines, the national pageant, has already opened its doors to petite candidates or plus size. Will that thing exist in national male pageantry? What do you think, Attorney Manuel? Like, since we are trying to make male pageantry evolve into something more significant, something that TJ Hero can report in the 90 evening news, no? What do you think?
As of now, I think I'll be sticking to the qualifications of Mr. International because we are just a franchise holder and there are requirements by the franchise. So we will be sticking to that. But personally speaking, in the future, I think why not, right? Maybe we can be as inclusive as possible.
Yeah, because I know so many Filipinos who would like take part in the national male pageant, but are immediately turned down the minute they learn that at least 5 points sila sa mag-9, mga gano'n. So, we just want to know if you are willing to go the distance and really make male pageant.
Yeah, maybe we can in the future, or we can create a separate pageant. I'm not sure. But for Mr. International, we are bound by the qualification. But in the future, maybe it's a possibility.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Any more questions? All right, go ahead now. Oh, okay, sorry.
Edwin Jan, Pageantry Fanatics. I just want to ask, kasi bongga yung coronation natin, o canon. Is there a possibility that Philippines will host the international pageant?
That's a good question.
I am already in talks with the franchise holder. With the franchise owner, we are already in talks with them. We cannot announce yet with certainty, but I think there is a high percentage that Philippines will be hosting.
Oh, then we'll be praying for that.
The former reigning and former kings will be back for the coronation.
They will be back on the 27th, plus additional 2. I hope their schedule work will permit, but we have already sent an invitation to 2015, Mr. Pedro Mendez of Switzerland, and 2016, Mr. Japan, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So we have already extended invitation with them. We're just waiting for their confirmation. Once confirmed, we'll let you know.
Wow, so exciting details coming out for this inaugural franchise. I would like to ask, sir, regarding the preliminary or the finals on June 27, will it be open to the public?
I think it's normal for pageant to have ticket sales. So, and would I say, what do you mean by open to the public?
Will it be open to everyone, like pageant fans, yeah, ticket sales, like what you said? Or is it, since the venue is Ohio, Manila, of course the venue is quite small compared if you hold it in a bigger arena. So, will there be ticket sales that will be open to everyone?
Yeah, there will be ticket sales, but with our with our agreement with Okada, we have already secured 1,000 seats for the pageant. So, yeah, we have already secured 1,000 seats. We inked it with them last week. So, yes, it's open for the public, but only with that number.
Alright.
Thank you.
My second question is, I want to ask this, since you're the new franchisee of Mr. International Philippines, how would you encourage male contestants to join this pageant, considering the negative stigma surrounding male pageantry in our country?
I think for that, what do you mean by the stigma? Sorry.
For lack of better term, exploitation, all those negative stuff surrounding all these controversies.
Yeah.
surrounding
Yeah.
organizing a typical male pageant?
Okay, yeah. I have instructed the managing director to come up with the rules. So there are certain rules that will be followed in the pageant, wherein the candidate or the contestant will be treated really with respect and with dignity. So there are certain rules that we will be imposing. Secondly, there will be an orientation with the managers, the handlers, and all those people involved in the pageant because there are do's and don'ts. And that will be a ground for disqualification in the event that they violated as such. So as to the internal security and internal control, as to the integrity of the pageant, number one, we assure that the pageant will have an integrity. Everyone will be treated with respect and dignity, including the press, the media, everyone, more so the contestants. So how do we plan to communicate that? We already have lined up activities already and promotional videos to communicate how we will run Mr. Philippines 2022. So I hope with that, people will begin to see that this is really a different pageant. Different from others and different from before, different from the rest. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Adam. Next question, if there are any more. Yes.
Nabuhay si Bobby.
Good afternoon. Hi. First, I want to clarify. So, Mr. Carl is not competing anymore for the Philippines. Yes. Yes. If anyone can answer. 11 years.
Hello, thank you.
Yes.
So to answer that, no, I will not be competing for the international pageant. Yes. The one that's gonna win this pageant, Mr. International Philippines, will be the representative. Since I won a long time ago, back in 2019, right? So
How do you feel about it na hindi ka mag-compete abroad?
It's okay. I respect the decision of the organization. That my reign has been long overdue, and it has been because of the unfortunate circumstances. And I think it's they know the organization knows best.
Okay. And for my final question, I want to ask our kings, three kings.
Oh my God.
Mr. Venezuela, Mr. Vietnam. You've been here in the Philippines for several occasions. And how do you, is it possible that someday you'll fall in love with a Filipino?
Are you asking for me?
Yes, why not?
No, they're saying, he was saying, you guys have been here a couple of times. Would it be possible for you guys to fall in love with a Filipino?
Alright. Okay, good afternoon everybody. Well, I fall in love with the Philippines, so I moved here. Actually, I am based here in the Philippines since 2015. I think it's like Philippines have the charm, and everybody who come here is like, I feel it's like all the people I know, all the expat friends I have, they just come here for 1 week and they stay for a longer time, stay forever here. So, Philippines is a place to go. The people of Philippines is very warm people to let you know them and make you feel at home. So I think it's like, that is the most important thing. So it's like, sure, everybody can fall in love with the Philippines. So like, I fall in love with the Philippines, so I'm happy.
The nationality is not important. Important is
Thank you. Mr. Romano.
I don't know.
Not sure pa siya, not sure. Hindi pa niya nakita.
Okay, thank you so much and congratulations.
Hindi pa siya lumilingon. Alright, thank you so much. Any more questions from our media friends? Go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Ethan Concepcion from Manila Standard. For the three Mr. International Games, what do you consider your most memorable experience or memory being Mr. International Games? your most memorable moments or memories?
Okay, when I was a kid, it's like I always like Venezuelans is like we are a very beauty pageant oriented. So I always want to go represent my country and be part of that part of the society is like who follow the beauty pageants and all that. So when I won the Mr. International, it's like I wanted to go and travel and know new places, representing and making people know what is Venezuela, what is how we are as a Venezuelan people. And I think it's like Mr. International gave me that opportunity. So I think it's the most memorable thing for me because it's like I meet so many people and I know it's like people know something about my country thanks to the people we have. So I think it's like it's important as an individual because it's like you can touch different people around the world and also it's like give you the opportunity to grow in any aspects of your life you would like to do. So that's important.
Thank you.
My most memorable moment is after winning. My country people know me and they got proud of me and proud of Korea. That's the most memorable moment.
Thanks so much. Yeah. Then last one.
I expense many new things and have more friends. Yeah.
Thank you. Last question, a little bit personal. Were you able to get all your prizes from the international organizer? Venezuela first.
I am very grateful with the organization. I received all my prizes. I received actually, as a part of the winner of Mr. International, you have to travel around the world. And that travel, some of that travel is like you do projects or you do campaigns. So the organization paid to me 80% of all the earnings of the projects I made. I received 100% of my prizes, and included I received an extension of my contract that always was paid to me. So, for to be my part, yes.
Follow-up question to that. Pageants for male is not that rewarding as compared to pageants for female. Do you believe that you need a strong marketing team for you to gain, your desired financial rewards?
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely true. I believe it's like we had a very big difference about prices in beauty pageants or males or beauty pageants or female. I think it's like it's just very hard to go there because it's like I don't know. It's less people who follow the beauty pageants, but still. I think most of the people who come to, or most of the males who come to do beauty pageant are doing to get something in the future. You know, to open some doors for their future. So it will be in the media, or will be as a professional or anything. So it's like I think it's the most important thing we do for. The reason we do the beauty pageants as a male, but still definitely we need a better marketing for it. And so the prices increase. Sure, I would be very good.
Thanks for that. Were you able to get all your prizes from the international organizer?
Alright, so while they're trying to translate at the moment, I think it's also important that they're trying to rebrand and trying to make the pageant more relevant and more relatable for our audience, no? And that's a nice move to get more people interested in watching and in supporting the male pageants.
Yes, yes.
Last Google. Google Translate. Yeah, yes or no? I think
I just would like to let know some people who maybe is not familiar about the prices and the Mr. International. When you want to Mr. International, the price, the cash price, is divided as a salary for the winner. So it's like that price is for example, $10,000. That price will be paid to the winners in a monthly salary during the year they stay as a training kid. So it is like that is it works, Mr. International.
Thank you for that clarification. Thank you, CJ.
Thank you so much. Okay, we will be entertaining 2 more questions.
Okay, so what have you learned what have you been doing during the pandemic, and what have you learned so far?
Okay, I've been surviving as everybody. I am right now part owner of a real estate company, so have been doing some, trying to keep my business working. And right now I had also a model agency who give me projects. So I did like 3 projects during the pandemic. So I've been very blessed during the pandemic. Thanks God, it's like everything good, and was not so bad. It's like really hard time for everybody, but I did well for stuff.
Muy bien.
Thank you.
I create my own gym in pandemic, so I got a hard time. Now it's okay.
I driven to the city. I went on, family driven. Yeah.
So you spent time with family during the pandemic.
2 years.
Well,
Okay.
we hope one that. Okay. Any more?
No, thank you. Good
All right,
luck.
thank you. Okay, last question. Who wants to ask the last question? Any more? No more? Okay. Well, if you guys do not have any more questions, thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you.